let's. I don't even know where to start, but I do actually. So let's get started.
Should we say a few words? I feel like we shouldn't just kind of jump into this. This has been a pretty big secret for quite a while.
That's true. Well, welcome everybody. I don't know where this is actually going to start, but welcome to what is essentially season 2.5. It's called The Dissolution of Order, and it is our epilogue set 8 years after everything that just happened, probably last week.
Should we be a little bit more specific about like what is happening right now?
Listen, you said you wanted $10, so recap.
Well, I guess the first thing that I want to say is, if you're starting with this adventure, and I don't 100% know why you would be, but I feel like just in case you are, we should kind of give a little welcome, a little introduction. This is our first episode that is going up first on YouTube, actually. So if you're listening to this, it's still on our podcast feed, and I hope that there are still some people out there listening to this on the feed, but you can find us now with video and with image references on YouTube first by like an hour every week, which is pretty exciting. And otherwise, I just want to say hi. I'm Max. I'm the normal GM of This Isn't Normal, which is our fun Call of Cthulhu podcast that we do here.
Hi, I'm Beth. I'm acting GM for this specific singular adventure, and then I'll go back to screaming as a player, probably.
Don't chime in all at once, please.
We'll have a repeat of before where we all screamed over each other to get a microphone test tonight, right?
Yep.
I'm Will, normally a player, still a player.
And hey, Mark, also player. Wasn't sure what we were doing at first because everybody was really, really like laggy. So that's why I went last. But thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here.
Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all excited. We kept this a secret entirely. Like, Max 100% was like, shh, so we didn't tell anyone.
No teasers, just straight in there.
But I've been definitively writing this since, I want to say like July, August? Longer than that? Somewhere in that time frame. So this has been in the works for a while. So I hope you're all really excited, because I'm really nervous.
I'm super excited. Should we touch on what should we touch on for our recap? Or kind of like, if you're diving into this for the first time, what should you know?
Well,
probably all of season 2, but
even just the last bits of season 2 are probably the most important, such as like the main trio. You had my character Atticus, Will's character Cornelius, Mark's character Phoebe, were the main trio of season 2. But now that I'm not a player, we'll have to find someone else to play Atticus.
Yeah, who did you guys get, by the way?
You? No?
No. I'm going to be doing some pleasure reading for this
the whole time.
This session. Yeah, I thought that Brett was going to be here, or like someone.
Brett, really, we've learned that Brett can only play Jimmy James. He can't play anyone else.
That's true.
Yeah, you might be right.
Get Beth's secret twin, Beth 2.
I almost said meth, but I was like, oh wait, no, that's probably bad.
Good.
So basically that was the trio. They fought and stopped a woman named Jace, who was behind everything that happened. Everything exploding, the world semi-ending a little bit. But it's been 8 years. I don't know what else is important.
Well, maybe I would touch on the demonic invasion that was briefly took over the Earth a little bit. As a result of two magical beings who had the abilities to control people and demons respectively. And so when that happened, the Earth did get a little bit borked and granted a decent number of people, survivors, magical powers of all different sorts and shapes, kind of chaotic. So that's probably something I would mention. Also, I'm not playing one of the main trio from season 2. I'm playing one of the NPCs, Anderson Rivers. But maybe that's getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, and we should probably touch on what's happened between 2022 and 2030.
That's true. Well, let me start here. Let me open this adventure by going backwards. In the year 2022, something's happening. I just want to really quickly make a note of something that's probably not super clear generally. The way this world works, you've got Earth, you have Hell, assumedly in 2 separate planes, and you have Heaven, assumedly in a 3rd plane. And so all of these planes are separated by something, like a magical barrier, let's say. What happens to that barrier when you just yoink every single demon, millions, if not billions of demons, I don't know how many there are, into the mortal plane, and then shove them all back a couple hours later? It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to heal 100%. There's going to be holes, there's going to be tears, big ones, small ones. And that's exactly what one imp finds. In the year 2022, an imp is walking through Hell, and he trips on a rock. And when he looks behind him, he sees, beneath the rock, a hole that leads to a bright blue sky. And he does what anyone, I assume, in that situation would do, and digs his way through it. And he emerges in the mortal plane. No possession, no summoning circles, no permission, nothing. He just simply crawls through. And he finds himself in the cute little New Jersey coastal town, Blissington Falls. Also, coincidentally, the name of this first episode. So, for the next 8 years, this little imp travels between Hell and Earth, stealing shit, just doing as he pleases, coming and going as he pleases. Human things sell for big money on the black market of Hell because it's fundamentally very hard to bring anything from the living world into Hell, because things aren't supposed to be coming in and out of Hell. It's supposed to be kind of a one-way thing. And demons, like huge demons that are ancient princes, spent ages trying to figure out how to get out of Hell. And this little guy has just been going to and fro for 8 years. That, that's bad. But Phoebe, when we ended, Phoebe was leaving with her brother Griffin. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what Phoebe's been up to since then?
Okay, hold on. Let me gather all of my... I have her story in like little tidbits everywhere, so I have a few things in front of me here. So Phoebe moves to New York with her brother. Specifically, I have her address here. It is in the city, New York, zip code of 10011. That's where she lives now, and has for like 8 years. Nice little, I wouldn't say penthouse, but it's a little like... it's considered an apartment, but she bought it, and she lives there forever. And in her time at that apartment with her brother, she does a few things. She continues her writing, but not really on ppmpu.ca. She kind of drives herself away from that, and not only because of the URL. It's pretty unfortunate, but just she's past that point in her life, so she ends up writing a book, probably like 2 years down the line. And it's called a book about Phoebe and stories of Phoebe by Phoebe, colloquially known as ABAP ASOP by Phoebe, and that is self-published. She didn't go with like a big publisher or anything because she did have the money for it. And I don't think any publisher would have taken that book, but it's fine because it did pretty well. She's living off of the earnings, and in the book she does write about her time in Sinzaba, her time with all of her friends, and probably the wacky adventures they have. But she uses different names like Blatticus and Blornelius. But she keeps Phoebe because she wants people to know that it's her, but she doesn't want to like give away her friends' identities because that's a little fucked up. Let's see, what else haven't I gone over? She does travel a lot because she did make some earnings off her book. She goes back and visits her friends. I'd say like every 6 to 8 months. Probably a little more frequently at first, but as time goes on, kind of dwindles a little bit. She has, oh my god, my favorite part. She still lives with Griffin, obviously, and with her and Griffin, there are her 2 cats, Dodger and Gumpwort. Dodger is just like a little black fluffy cat. Gumpwort, he's not a cat. He's actually a mongoose, but Phoebe refuses to admit that she bought a mongoose.
So what happened to Feta? Wait, what happened to
Feta? Probably. Feta was tiny, but like Feta was kind of old.
Oh no! It's been 8 years.
Feta did have to get put down, unfortunately.
Rip Feta.
R.I.P. Feta, but Feta lived a great life. And Feta was definitely before Gumpwort, so she didn't have to deal with that shit.
The not mongoose.
Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of where she is right now. She's just chilling with Griffin and her 2 cats and her book. And she writes like short stories and just kind of releases them to nowhere. She kind of like just throws them in a Google Doc. And that's it. She doesn't put them anywhere. But maybe one day she'll like release them.
Phoebe's just a best-selling author who isn't trying to author very much.
No, she had it's kind of like a one-hit wonder. She had the one book, and now she's like, all right, I could chill for a little bit.
I don't need to do that ever again.
Never again.
Don't need to do that. No. Until she needs the money, then she'll probably do it.
Okay. All right, and Cornelius, what have you been up to?
So at the end of season 2, Cornelius failed at winning the mayoral election, which he was incredibly relieved about. He did, however, help Anderson with that, because Anderson seemed like he was having the worst time of his entire life. But during these past 8 years, him and Nancy have started a family. They adopted twins.
Aww.
It was originally one child, and then shenanigans ensued, and they found out that the one child was actually twin. And they were like, where's the other fucking child? So they ended up getting the second child, and they adopted both of them. They were originally going to be foster parents, and they were like, fuck it, these kids aren't going anywhere else, they're staying with us. So there's Harriet and Zachary. Zachary is a really big fan of his uncle Anderson, so he goes by Zan as a distinction. He kept the Z. Cornelius refuses to tell him that he can't name himself Zanderson because he changed his name to Cornelius. Who the fuck am I to tell my kid he can't do that? Have a family going. They have the farm going again. They have a ton of animals. I'm talking, we've got horses, we've got cows, we've got goats, we've got sheep, we've got fucking chickens, geese. We got them. They're all there. He hosts brunch every Sunday. I would assume a smaller group gets together on the weekly basis, but like the main crew that stayed in Sinzaba, I think, tries to at least make it once a month. But it's more like a smaller shindig that happens. And that's where we're at with that.
Okay. And what about you, Anderson? You kind of had a lot going on right at the end there.
Yeah, so at the end of season 2, Anderson won a job that he didn't want. He became the mayor of Sinzaba against what I thought was going to be all odds. Me, Max, the GM and now player, never thought Anderson was going to win, but he did. Thanks to the actual democratic process. He didn't want that. And then that very same night, his wife found out that he used to belong to the mob, and he had been lying about it for like 3 years. So he got kicked out.
I'll do it.
And so he spends 7 out of the 8 years, besides leading the world's worst mayoral campaign in the history of the town, just accomplishes nothing, leaves the office as kind of a nobody. He spends 7 years trying to win his wife Rose back. And it is a slow, painful process. It is absolutely miserable. He is sleeping on Atticus's couch. When she moves out, he moves into the apartment and lives there so he can still see his son and try to win back Rose some more. But eventually, after 7 long years, Rose trusts him enough to let him move back in a little bit, and he gets her pregnant again. Like literally like 3 weeks later, she's like, fuck. So then Anderson is like, oh, well, we're about to have another kid. I should probably move back in and help you with that. And so he does. He moves back in full time. He's with his wife, he's with his son, and they all, as a family, again, welcome Beatrice into the world in the year, 2029,
Yeah.
right?
No, this year. She's 2 months old, so 2030.
Oh, she's 2. I don't know why you know my fictional daughter's age better than I do, but I guess that's fine.
I know every child's age in this game.
I guess that's ominous.
What? No!
And so nowadays, Anderson is just about finished moving his family into a new home. They finally moved out of the apartment into a bigger house, and he works as an underwriter for Jub Insurance Co. And he's very happy. It is so low-key. There is no nonsense. There's no mafia. There's no magic. He is about as happy as he could possibly be. And I think the only other thing I want to say, just because I wrote it down on my character sheet, is that he did have a very brief stint as a sword guy. Like super brief stint as a sword guy. So he now has a machete that he named the Cheese Grater.
I don't know if anyone...
It would be infinitely funnier if it would be called the Cheese Cutter.
The Cheese Cutter.
And then
It
every time
doesn't-
you swung it made a little part sound.
Cuts the cheese.
No, it's very strictly not magic. It is not a magical item. It does
No,
not
he
make
makes the
part
part.
sound.
It's not like it's making. He's very clearly going.
Oh.
His own mouth. You're gonna get got with a cheese cutter.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll make a note of that.
I love that he can't, like, no one can prove that it was Cheese's fault. So basically how they got divorced in the first, not divorced, they didn't divorce, how they separated in the first place is that Cheese was babysitting Boo, a 2-year-old at the time, and he showed up with one of Anderson's burner phones, and he just gave it to his mom, who called, and Cheese was nonchalantly, intensely watching the entire time, because the only person who saw Anderson throwing away these burner phones was a stray cat.
You should, I mean, honestly, like, if we need to tell you this, you should just pause this right now, go listen to, like, the 85 episodes in season 2, and then circle back around.
You need so much context. Actually, I'm so sorry, you do. There's actually going to be a lot of fun season 2 lore, because this is an epilogue.
Yeah, it's true. Otherwise, I guess we'll see you guys in season 3.
Woo! Okay.
Go back for the fresh start in season 3.
All right. So let's begin. All of you, your day starts really normally. Today, it's going to be a really fun day because Atticus and Lily, 2 weeks ago, recently had their twins named Scout and Finch. And today is their post-baby shower. Where they're having everyone over to meet the twins, say hi, you know, Phoebe's coming, everyone's going to be there. It's going to be a whole found family get together. It's going to be a great time. So you wake
Who's
up.
on the guest list?
It is Anderson, Rose, Boo, Cornelius, Nancy, Zan, Harriet, Phoebe, Tobert, Cheese, and Dahlia, Tobert and Cheese's daughter. She's 6 months old.
Aww.
That's everyone who... Oh, and also, That's right, a last-minute addition. Francois' last name is the catering guy who is catering this event against Atticus's and Lily's wishes.
No, he has a last name. Anderson loves this guy.
Oh, I wrote last name, and I just read that off as Francois' last name.
No, hang on. He has a real name.
Max, what are you doing? That's his last name.
It's not playing the audio. Give me 1 second, please.
Nourriture.
Nourriture.
Francois Muritel.
I think that's probably close enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shorten it to last name. If we say it again. Yeah, last minute fun addition is Anderson hired Francois to cater their home baby shower party. So yeah, that's the guest list today. So you guys all wake up. Phoebe, I'm imagining you're probably staying at a hotel in downtown Cinziba, correct? New Cinziba, sorry, that's the name of this town now.
Yeah, she's staying at like the nicest hotel you can.
What is the name of the nicest hotel now in 2030?
Nice
The
hotel to Cinziba.
The square Squogert.
Oh, the square.
Oh,
It's artsy.
Phoebe's so excited about this.
She's staying on the top floor penthouse suite because she's a huge local celebrity. Everyone's like, oh my god, that's Phoebe that wrote the book that wasn't about us, but it was definitely about us.
I'd like to, you know how a lot of penthouses, like suites, have like names.
Mm-hmm.
Can this be like the Squogert Lake Ravine suite?
Squogert Lake's Yogurt Ravine.
There's no Squogert Lake.
So good.
No, but there's a Squogert Lake. We've talked about this. It's man-made.
Lake Squogert.
It's made out of squogert.
I want to say, it's been 8 years. There's really maybe like one actual Squogert still running around from after escaping from Cornelius' theme park. But it's just blown up as like the name and the face of New Cinziba. Like New Cinziba needs a new mascot. And baby, that's the Squogert.
That's awful.
And baby, it's like how Mothman is really big in West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
New Cinziba is the Squogert.
The Squogert. It's actually Squogert has spread from being like small local lore, mostly off of Phoebe. So like Phoebe's book blew up and the mentions of the Squogert, people are like, what the fuck's a Squogert? And then they found it on ppandpoo.ca, mentions of Squogerts in Cinziba. So then New Cinziba got put back on the map pretty much instantaneously on top of the demon invasion that took place somewhat recently. And granted, that spread from like New Cinziba all the way down to Long Island. But it's not hard to figure out that the person who was behind it, came from New Cinziba. So for all that reason, like Phoebe's name got tossed around pretty much a lot after her book blew up. And the town kind of got a tourism boom. So they're still like cleaning up and stuff, but New Cinziba is actually kind of happening right now.
Thanks. What I'm hearing is Phoebe is the cause of New Cinziba's wealth, so she should have like a key to the city, right?
Phoebe should probably talk to the mayor about that.
Sickening. She will.
You do know her. The current mayor of Cinziba is actually Rose Rivers, who watched her husband do an absolutely awful job and was so pissed off. She was like, I'm running. I can do a better job. And he was like,
Bye.
Deuces.
And she's actually doing a phenomenal job. So, Phoebe, you'll see Rose later today.
But she's gonna give me a key to the city.
Are you writing it down?
Phoebe promises herself.
I'm going to now. Thank you.
But as you're all waking up in your home, your respective rooms, flipping on the TV, flipping through your phone, maybe listening to the radio, there's one story that is really, really getting like circulated right now, and is that in the small coast of New Jersey, the town of Blissington Falls has been completely and utterly destroyed, swallowed by a massive sinkhole. There are no survivors.
I turn off the TV and I say, I hate New Jersey.
Oh, no.
I really don't like sinkholes, and that just I'm not a fan of it. Imagine living and then just your whole town gets eaten. Pretty fucked up. Cornelius goes to make breakfast.
There are reports that the
I
bottom...
don't hear these.
Yeah, Anderson's not listening. He's making bacon badly. Rose is in the next room going, "Oh my god!" But Boo is just like running back and forth, so you can't even hear him over her. Hear her over him. But for everyone else who's actually still maybe listening, there are reports that at the bottom of the hole, where you would assume you'd find debris, bodies, there's nothing. It's almost like the entirety of this town fell into a pit, but also disappeared at the same time.
Rose, turn that garbage off.
It's the news!
It's about New Jersey. How newsy could it be?
Oh my fucking god. And that's where we start our morning. Phoebe, what do you do with your morning?
You know, in Phoebe's... Oh, man. In Phoebe's almost 30 years, probably. Or maybe 30.
Actually, I think you're either 29 or 30, because Anderson and Atticus are 32.
I'm not. I myself am scared of turning 30, so Phoebe's going to be 29.
Okay.
In her 29 years of living, from the age of birth, her mornings have not changed very much. She wakes up, she gets her cup of coffee, she eats her morning pastries. Typically, she'd hang out with her cats. Then she'd start her day. She'd go for a little run. I'd imagine, she'd get a little exercise in, whatever she can do. And then she'd pretend to write for like 6 hours, but really she'd be like surfing the internet, like shopping, doing pretty normal stuff. And then that's about it. That's how her morning would go. Sorry, I was going to walk you through her whole day, but we'll stop there.
Oh, you're fine.
She pretends to write for... Who is she pretending to write for?
She's got to... I mean, like, if she gets seen at like a Starbucks, she's got to keep up appearances that she is indeed writing another book. Because she worries that if people think she's not going to write another one, they'll stop buying her book. So she's just keeping up appearances.
That's so sad.
Definitely writing another one.
Yeah.
For sure, pinky promise. Cornelius, how does your morning go?
Cornelius has had, I think, the same routine for the past, I guess 8 years, because there was a few years there that were a little inconsistent when they were in a pocket sand dimension.
Yeah.
But man wakes up at the crack of fucking dawn, actually. No alarm clock, it's unhinged. Wakes up as the sun rises. He's gone out to let the chickens out, and he comes back in to make himself a nice cup of tea, get breakfast started for the family. If it's a weekday, he's getting breakfast ready for the kids who are going to be up and heading to school in a little while. But if it's like a weekend, he still gets up and lets the animals out, but without really having any like pressing morning routine to keep up with. Maybe he just has like a nice cup of tea and waits for everyone to wake up when they want.
Okay.
It's fairly consistent. The man is fucking 41 years old, so you get into a bit of a routine at that point.
All right.
Especially when you have a farm, like a whole homestead.
Yeah.
You gotta have some schedule with that.
Okay. And Anderson, how about you? How does your morning start?
With screaming kids, of course. A preteen and a little baby newborn. I mean, it's pandemonium every morning, especially in the middle of the move. They're still at the apartment. Hopefully this is like the last day, so there's just kind of a last handful of boxes that Anderson plans to move over after the party ends. But he is up and about, making bacon again, like you said, very poorly, and then out the door to his favorite job at Jub Insurance Company. He, like I said, he loves it. It is so down to earth. And that's where he spends the day, just kind of in his office, behind his cubicle, working on accounts, trying to make sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and he could not be any happier.
Beautiful. You guys have a nice morning. A really calm, lovely morning. And eventually, It rolls around to about 3 p.m., and you find yourselves all at Atticus and Lily's house, which is...
3 p.m.?
It's 3 p.m. Anderson got out of work early. I didn't expect Anderson to go to work today.
Boss, I'm taking a half day today. My sister has a baby shower.
Boss, I am out of here.
Jub gurgles at you.
Jub Jub's dead.
Yeah.
He's gurgling at you from the afterlife.
The picture of Jub that you all answer to gurgles as you walk by.
Sometimes I still see him when I look in the mirror or out of the corner of my eye. I think he's going to be there, telling me all about insurance. He never is.
There's another ghastly gurgle as you exit.
I book it.
And yeah, so Atticus and Lily bought a house about 5 minutes down the road from where Cornelius lives. So like pretty suburban, but also like pretty spread out. It's a little more foresty than farmy.
What's the square footage?
It is 1,300 square feet.
What's the land?
It's 0.62 acres.
What's the taxes?
I don't know. Lily handles that. Atticus doesn't know.
I can't tell you what we pay in taxes because I don't do the taxes.
My wife does those. And it's a 3-bed, 2-bath.
Wow.
Tudor style, little cute brown house. It's adorable.
It's not like 100-story tall ranch style factory.
Atticus actually,
16 miles wide.
Atticus told Lily that that's the one kind of house she would never consider is any ranch style building. She just had too many bad memories there. So she refuses to buy one. But
can we get like a season 2 reference counter like in the bottom left or something?
Maybe one day, not today.
I think we'd already be at like 3.
You're asking of that for the ones that are gonna have to edit it.
All right, Will, if you're the one who edits this, can you put a little counter in the bottom left? It says season 2 reference counter. Thanks, buddy.
All right, I will be expecting that when I have to do my quality assurance. So better get on that. Max, I'm looking at you.
Well, as someone who's expecting a lot out of the video editing, I just need you to know that we're gonna have some issues when we need to cut ums.
Mm-hmm. We'll get there.
It'll be fine.
I don't believe you.
So it's 3 p.m. Are you guys all accidentally rolling up at the same time? Like, how would you guys like to arrive?
Cornelius is early because he knows that Atticus has baby children, and baby children are a lot to deal with. Atticus
appreciates that. She opens the door, Cornelius, with you, Nancy, Zan, and Harriet, I'm assuming, all 4 of you?
Yeah.
She's like, hi, and she looks awful.
You look terrible. What can we do to help? Because I know this is going to be crazy. It's helpful, but it's crazy.
Thank you. Thanks. Lily, what do we need? And you hear screaming in the background, and then it gets a little more quiet, and she goes, I don't know, ask the caterer. Sorry, that was terrible, Lily. And then the caterer, who is just running around the background, does a twirl, and he goes, oh, hello. Would you like some lasagna?
No.
Atticus is like,
anyway,
can you get him back to in the kitchen? Can you just like sequester him, because I can't deal with him anymore. He's been here for hours. Anderson hired him.
Yeah, I can do that for you. And I go over to Mr. Cater, last name, and I say, hello, I'm here to watch you cook. Let's go do it, champ.
Oh la la!
Shuffling him back into the kitchen.
He's spinning as he goes in. Phoebe, I think you probably show up around the next, as you've just been online shopping all day.
Yeah, Phoebe's actually early, if not punctual. And she comes up and gives a little knock on the door.
Again, Atticus answers it. There's more screaming this time. And she goes, oh, Phoebe! And gives you a really ginger hug, like a gingerly hug.
She hugs back and she's like, hello. Oh man. screaming.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get inside. Let's get inside.
She's got these huge bags under her eyes, and she goes, "You look great. Also,
Oh, thank you. You too.
wow.
Is there?
Thanks for
is there-
lying."
It's not a lie. Is there? Do you need like? There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Do you need anything?
I gotta go help Lily because one of the twins just like blew out his, and all of it. So I gotta go help her with that. Can you just like make sure that Cornelius isn't being force-fed lasagna by the horrible French chef that Anderson hired in the kitchen?
God.
I think he's French. I don't actually know.
Listen, chefs will feed you anything they cook. I'm gonna go in there right now.
You hear from the kitchen, "Oh, the carrot! Not the carrot! No!" And Atticus is like, "I'm good. This is please," and she disappears.
Phoebe like runs into the kitchen.
You see the chef trying to force feed Cornelius a carrot.
Hi, hello, Cornelius.
Oh, Phoebe! Wow, you're here. Great to see you.
She like tries to.
I don't want that. He's shoving them.
He's like,
his arms are longer than the chef.
Take the carrot. He's good.
Don't want that.
He's good for. Look at your eyes. The bad.
Phoebe grabs the carrot and she eats it.
Those.
While this is happening,
wow, look, Phoebe's hungry.
Thank you. This was very tasty and hot. Ow! Thank you.
it's a hot carrot. It's a staple. And while this while this is happening, Anderson, you and your family are also rolling up. At the same time that Cheese and Tobert and their daughter Dahlia also roll up. You kind of all left around the same time since you're all coming from the same place.
Yeah, I mean, Anderson, he's running a little late. He could have sworn Jub's Ford Mustang was in the garage on his way out, and just... So he arrives a little late.
Uh-huh. Okay. As you guys are getting out, Rose is scooping up the baby in the carrier, and Boo is already knocking on the door really fast. He's already over there. And Tobert's like, "Oh, fuck."
What does Tobert say, Beth?
He says, "Oh, Anderson, it's so good to see you. I really miss you guys."
That's really good. That's a really good Tobert.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Yeah, Anderson gives him like a brotherly hug and says, "I swear I saw the Ford Mustang, Tobert."
Not the Stang. You didn't see it, Anderson. It's not there. It's not there.
I saw the Stang. Anyway, how are you? How's Dahlia?
Oh, she's great. She's sleeping through the night. She's eating all of her bottle. Like we're starting to switch to solid. And Cheese cuts in. He's like, "Yeah, she's great."
Hello, Charles.
Anders, how are you?
Fine. Thanks.
You look tired. Rose, you look so good. And he runs over to give her a hug, and she's like, "Oh, hi. Hi, Tober." And all greetings all around, and Boo is still on the door.
You just like moved your like webcam, like your webcam like vibrated.
Just like
Cornelius
Boo.
comes to open the door for you because he heard about the diaper
Explosion.
he heard about the diaper malfunction and wardrobe issue with baby and was like, Phoebe can deal with Carrot Man. He opens the door.
And Boo is just like, "Hi, hello. Oh wait, Uncle Corn, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here?
Get out of my way." She's like trying to shove past you.
Let them in.
So Anderson's gonna walk up to the door as he sees Boo go in. He says, "Cornelius, great to see you, buddy."
See you too. Your sister's dealing with diaper explosion city, so
You hear like crying in the background, but it's like adult crying.
I put a tender arm on Cornelius's shoulder and I say, "Where is he, Cornelius?"
The chef?
Yes, Francois, my boy. Where is he right now?
Well, luckily he's in the kitchen and hasn't been buried in the backyard yet.
Oh, I'm running to the kitchen.
You go in the kitchen and you see Francois cowering from Phoebe, who has a big fistful of ham.
Phoebe's like, "We need more ham," and she's like shoveling it in her mouth.
She's
Hi, Phoebe.
Anderson! Oh, he like runs over and grabs your leg. Anderson,
Hey, what's...
this woman, she's eating all my lasagna ham.
Oh, not the hamzanya. Phoebe!
This isn't just ham.
No.
Are your hands like covered in like pasta sauce and like shell?
Damn it. All right, I don't actually want this anymore.
Francois.
She like wipes her hands on like the closest like chef coat.
That's Francois, the one he's wearing. Just like wipes it on his back.
She's like, that's kind of your fault. You shouldn't have let me get to the ham.
Francois is
lasagna.
like shaking and nodding, and he's like, "Oui."
I could have sworn we had it in the notes to watch out for Phoebe and the ham. I'm so sorry if we didn't put that in there, but it's so good to see everyone.
Francois stands up. He goes, "Oui," and pulls out some more hot carrots. And Tobert walks in and walks right back out.
Yeah, Anderson is like, he's eating all the hot carrots.
Phoebe takes this opportunity to slip out because she doesn't actually want any more hot carrots. She's kind of full.
That's so fair. They everyone sort of converged in the living room. Atticus and Lily, who also looks exhausted and has these dark circles under her eyes, are now both out there with the small, tiny baberinos that are like the size of like a really big burrito. Just like in the living room, being like, "Okay, you can hold, but no, don't kiss. No, Tobert, I'm looking at you, Tobert. Do not kiss that baby." And Tobert's like
puckering up his lips.
He's like trying to like hold them back from kissing immediately.
Tobert's gone from smoochy lips to puts my lips inside my mouth.
Locks lip lock on lock.
It's like, I promise.
And Anderson, when Atticus sees you consuming carrots, she goes to give you a hug and thinks at you. "Stop eating the carrots, Anderson. Stop it."
Anderson says out loud, "I like the carrots. They're good. I paid good money for these carrots."
Uh-huh. And she gives you a fun hug, and she's like, "Okay, well, you have fun with that." And again, thinks at you. "Stop, dude. That's fucking gross."
"It's fine," he says out loud to literally nobody. "They're just carrots. You heat up the carrots."
"He microwaved them with water." And she walks out. And Francois is like, "I'm confused. Does she also want the carrots?" He opens his coat and there's like a rack of warm carrots.
Yes, Francois, absolutely.
I serve the carrots after the lasagna appetizer comes out.
Wait, the hot carrots are the main course.
Yo, this dude loves carrots. Instead of having like the hand warmers in his jacket, he's just got the carrots.
They're all warm. There are hand warmers. He keeps them.
They're like wrapped in hand warmers to keep them warm.
They're on like
each one individually.
His coat is lined with those little hot dog rollers, and it's just carrots rolling inside of his jacket.
Wait, do you mean the hot dog rollers is in like the ones that like you see in like a 7-Eleven or like a 11-11?
Yeah, the 11 hot dog rollers where they're just like spinning really slowly. That's what's happening to the carrots.
Phoebe regrets touching this man when she wiped her hands on him.
Yeah.
Because he's got to be nasty.
Oh, her hands are actually somehow dirtier than they were when she did that. Atticus, in the living room, notices how filthy you are, and she gives you a baby wipe, and she's like, "I'm like made of these now."
Thank you so much. I'm also gonna just run away and wash my hands.
She gives you another baby wipe. She's like, to dry them.
Oh, wow. This is great. She walks away.
Everyone's kind of just chatting it up in the living room. How is everyone? How is everyone having? Fuck, that's still not the right question to ask. Is everyone having a nice time? Is what I'm trying to ask.
Yes, Anderson is having a nice time.
Oh, good. He's not at all bothered by Cheese, who's glaring straight up daggers at him from across the room.
No, absolutely not. He has no business with Cheese. All of his favorite people are here. His Francois is here. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's one person at the party that Anderson hates beyond any shadow of a doubt. Because he is still having a good time.
He loves Francois.
He loves Francois, and everyone else is cool too.
Mm-hmm. Cornelius, how are you doing?
Cornelius has chosen to lean in once everyone's settled in the living room to Anderson specifically, and he says, "So, where did you find that guy?"
Internet.
Who? What?
Yeah, found him online. Said his name was Francois. He loved to cook. I've used him for like at least 5 company parties. I'm surprised you two haven't met.
Anderson, I'm not gonna lie. I respect you and your opinions.
Thank you.
That man is a freak.
He's a bit of an acquired taste, but I guarantee you, if you just try... Have you tried the lasagna?
Anderson, he microwaved a bowl of carrots and tried to feed them to me. I grow those at my own house.
How else are you supposed to heat them up?
What?
As this is happening,
What? They're whole carrots?
Francois exits the room with a large pile of lasagna. Not even like in a container. It's like a plate that he just like stacked 2 lasagnas on, and he goes, "Okay, I have the lasagna, but no hamzanya, Phoebe. So here we are." And he sets down the tray, and he goes, "All right, and I will be right back with the main course, which is of course hot carrots." And he disappears again.
Was hot carrots written anywhere before the start of this episode?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
I didn't think so.
Cornelius takes a disdainful look at the pile of lasagna and then turns his gaze to Anderson. And he says nothing.
Anderson gleefully grabs some food and walks over to Phoebe and says, "So how is New Sensiba's favorite author doing?"
Wow, that's I'm doing actually really good. Just hanging out in New York right now. How are you? We haven't actually like caught up in like a year?
Yeah, it's been a while. No, the insurance company's good. Not at all haunted by any memories. We got the house. You're gonna have to come back down soon for a housewarming party.
Oh yeah, definitely. I plan on, book signings, all that. I'm gonna be down here quite a bit in the next 10 years.
That's good. That's good. I've heard rumors circulating that, you're kind of being muscled out as the top cryptid hunter in town.
She leans in really close and she's like, "What did you say?"
Well, there's Mason and Mango, and they've been doing a lot of work recently. And then there's that Iris person. I don't know if you've met them at all, but they're a big up and comer in the kind of cryptid space.
She pulls out a notepad. She doesn't pull out her phone. She pulls out a notepad and a pen, and she's like, "Iris." She puts it back, and she's like, "Huh, okay. What? They're good at it?"
I think so, yeah. I mean, I see them pop up in the paper.
Shit, I wasn't even good at it. Okay. I mean, okay, that's fine. You know what? Can we not talk about that?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna. I'll go grab a hot carrot, and he scurries off.
She's head in hands, just sitting there.
Nancy rolls over and puts a firm hand on your shoulder, and she goes, "Phoebe, what's the matter? Why are you so sad?"
"Hi. I just found out I'm not the best cryptid hunter anymore."
"Oh, yes, you are. Just because you're not the most well-known doesn't mean you're not the best."
"I was never the best."
You were the best." Phoebe. Nancy continues to growl positive affirmations into your ear.
"You are special. You are beautiful. You are one of a kind."
Maybe a tear rolls down her cheek, and she's like, "Oh my god, I needed that. Thank you." It's just been kind of rough lately with fucking Griffin being the way he is.
Atticus sidles up as soon as she hears mention of gossip, and she's like, "Is that what? What's happening with Griffin?"
Wow, you're really good at that. I mean, I guess I haven't. I mean, Griffin didn't even fucking up to me about this. I guess Griffin and Suze are like a thing now, and maybe possibly engaged.
Suze McPherson, the time travel lady from like the shit.
Yeah, and then
that is really rude. What the fuck? They didn't tell you?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They just were like, hey, we're in a relationship and also engaged. Okay, bye. And then they ran off to his stupid, smelly room to hang out and play video games or whatever they do.
Atticus puts a hand on their shoulder and she's like, what a dick.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't even really care that much, but anyway, like, how's everybody else doing? I just kind of got here and wandered into the kitchen and ate ham lasagna.
Well, it's pretty good. How long are you in town? Do you want to come to brunch on Sunday?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a book signing in a week or something, so I'll be here.
Okay, cool.
Next, you guys, Francois turns the TV on. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I must liven up this boring party. No offense, Anderson, you are so beautiful." But
thank God this is an Atticus-based party. Has come in here and turned the TV on, says Cornelius.
Atticus is actually asleep.
So as soon as the conversation started happening.
She's like having a snooze. Lily is holding now both kids, talking to everyone off in the corner. And Francois is just flipping between news channels and settles on Cinziba Daily, which is talking about actually Adelaide Lane, of all people. Talking about the open memorial service for tomorrow for anyone to pay their respects to New Cinziba's oldest and favoritist old lady.
Turn that off. That's depressing. Francois.
Don't
be rude.
Oh, I'm so sorry. He switches it off. And then he goes back into the kitchen. But then you hear...
Who cares if some old lady dies?
Hey, watch your mouth. She was a wonderful woman.
You know her?
Of course we know her. That was fucking Henry's mother.
Who's
Henry?
Who was that guy that we went to? You remember when we were Sandland for 3 years? We just... Huh?
You're asleep. Go back to sleep. I'll tell.
She goes back to sleep.
Into the couch. He was the guy that was captured by Sterling, and we went at request of his family, his mother and his 2 young children, to go find him. It's the reason we went missing, and you moved to town.
Oh, all the more reason not to bother with it. I mean, that whole thing was such a nightmare.
What the hell? I lay Anderson down on the couch and I tuck him in too.
just goes to bed immediately. No, Anderson is like, well, that's... How old was she?
God,
Francois, turn that back on.
Francois materializes to turn it back on, and they're talking again about how, as the oldest resident of 100 years old, she made it to 100, the big 3 digerinos, and then immediately passed away yesterday. It was very sad.
Damn.
Just on her birthday?
The day after her birthday. The day after her birthday, the TV corrects.
And one day.
Oh. Thank you, TV.
Francois is just like, so sad. I've catered many of Adelaide's parties over the last 2 decades.
I don't believe you.
He goes...
Did you serve hot carrots at her events too?
Oh no, she hated hot carrots. I never served some for her. No, I only served, what was it that she liked? Scrimp Scrampy. It was her favorite. He goes back to the kitchen.
We'll just need to update that little counter. Will, if you could just put a little plus 1 down at that counter there for me. Thank you.
Cornelius goes and turns the TV off because he didn't fucking turn it off when he left.
That's kind of rude. He just materializes in here and leaves the TV on.
Yeah.
He doesn't even materialize out. He walked out, didn't he?
Yep.
Lily
phases in, walks away. all the time in the world to reconsider, and he doesn't. Turns the TV off and walks back.
Francois peeks around the corner, goes click with the remote that he has, and goes right back into the kitchen.
I unplug the TV.
You hear a "oh" from the kitchen.
Your plans have been foiled this time, young man.
Lily walks over with the newborns. She's like, "Okay, someone else's turn to hold them, please."
Absolutely. Cornelius is reaching to take both children.
She gives you one. She's like, "Pick one. Which one?"
I don't know. Surprise me.
She gives you the green one.
Sorry. What?
Sorry, they're dressed in blue and green to differentiate because they are. Should note they are identical twins. Granted, they're babies.
Spray painted babies.
one of them has like a sick tattoo.
Just like one like spray paint line down the middle of the baby to identify which is which.
She gives you old Greenie, and she's like, "Hey, Anderson, here you go," and gives you the blue one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, hello, little Scrumbo.
Blueberry
That's-
and little old green bean.
The green one's Scout, the blue one's Finch, and if Finch shits his pants again, I'll be in the kitchen. Or Atticus. Atticus is very asleep. She's like,
God, don't go to the kitchen. Go anywhere else.
No, not the kitchen. Not the. Hey, Cheese, you want to hold a baby?
Cheese is like, "Oh, the baby!" And he runs over and he's like, "Give me that." He takes it. He's like, "Oh," and walks, like speed walks to the other side of the room.
This baby from you runs as quickly as possible away from you.
And that's more or less how the party goes for the next couple hours. Everyone's got a good time, eats the remarkably good pile of lasagna. Francois does end up emerging with about a foot tall stack of hot carrots. They're steaming, they're buttery, they look good, but also...
Well, are they? I have to know.
Can you
roll
some dice to see if hot carrot good?
I is have to know. Where the hell did my dice? Sorry, I panic cleaned my house. I've misplaced my dice.
Here,
I'll roll for Francois. Don't worry.
They're there. Please roll for Francois. I'm gonna get my dice. I see them.
That's not the right dice. He got a 40 even for hot carrot.
I'm sorry. What did you roll?
He got a 40 even.
Okay, I'm gonna say that the carrots are like way better than you expected. Instead of the hot carrots that he was force feeding you in the kitchen, which were actually just boiled steamed carrots in the microwave, these are like primo, like full carrots, like big boys, steamed all the way through, buttery soft. They need a little salt, maybe a little extra pepper, but they're damn good. But there's also a foot tall stack of them.
I personally also rolled because I feel like this could be a per person flavor profile.
Okay.
And Cornelius rolled a 71. So Cornelius says these are not good carrots. I make better carrots.
Cornelius, the carrot that you eat, it does that thing where, like, you know when you eat a carrot and you still want it to crunch a little bit? It does. It crunches in the worst way possible. It's really crunchy. It feels like a Cheeto. But it tastes like a carrot.
You know...
Feels like a Cheeto, tastes like a carrot.
Cornelius takes one bite of this carrot, and then he puts his plate down, and he looks minorly disgusted, and then he does not eat any more steamed carrots.
Phoebe, I need you to roll for me, please.
Oh, I already did. Phoebe got a 75, so she also got a Cheeto carrot.
Your Cheeto carrot is soggy on top of tasting and feeling like a Cheeto carrot.
It's like a stale Cheeto carrot, like a soggy, stale Cheeto carrot.
I hate to be that,
but like badly.
I hate to be that guy, but it tastes exactly like if a 3-year-old just ran around with a Cheeto in their fist all day, and then and with the amount of children, in this room.
Phoebe sinks her like 2 little front teeth about a centimeter into the carrot, and she's like, "Wow, this is great! Thank you, I love it, amazing!" And she puts it down.
She said what?
She said, "Little bite."
Ooh.
Anderson is like shoveling carrots in his mouth. He's seeing your horror, and he just does not understand.
So
she leans over to Cornelius, and she's like, "Do you think he's having the same experience we had with the carrots?" Or
I think not. Make better carrots for brunch.
So I rolled for Atticus, who woke up intermittently between this and also ate some carrots. She rolled an 8. So she's also shoveling carrots in her mouth, and she turns to you, Anderson, and she goes, "I'm so sorry I doubted you. These are the best carrots I've ever had in my life."
Cornelius leans into Phoebe and says, "I think it's maybe a Rivers thing."
Yeah, I think it's just like maybe a twin thing.
Twin carrot
Those
carrot
weird twin
telepathy.
things.
They're sharing the good vibes of the carrot with each
just-
other mentally.
Atticus accidentally picks up on Anderson's beloved of this carrot, like from fucking Francois, and just amplifies it. But yeah,
It wakes her up from dead sleep, and she's like, "This is about to be the best thing I've ever eaten." And
She-
tricks herself into believing it.
she eats a bunch of carrots, and then like enters into a carrot coma where she's like, she looks like she's awake, but she's not really doing anything. She's acquired one of the babies. It keeps getting passed around the room. Now she's just holding one, and that's where she stays for basically the rest of the party at this point.
All right.
I love that for her. So do we all like just go home?
Yeah, you guys have a really nice time, but it's getting pretty late. There's actual real babies here. As much as Atticus and Lily love having people over, they're also like, please leave by the end of the party. Y'all get hugs, kisses, promises for meeting up later. We'll do stuff. We'll leave our house, and y'all go home.
All right. Well, it's been fun. Have a good night, everyone.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
guys, this was great.
Everyone's invited to brunch on Sunday.
Cornelius.
Yes.
Cornelius, you just got home with Zan and Harriet and Nancy. It's been a good time, but it's about 8:30. So, as you guys start getting the kids ready for bed, do the whole bedtime routine, settle in with Nancy. Everything's pretty quiet, even with all the weird news that's been going around today. And by the time 9 p.m. hits, it's just you and Nancy left in the kitchen. And she turns to you and she goes, "What a nice day that was. Cornelius, can you make some tea? I think I want to take a bath. Do you want to take a bath?"
Course. Yeah, go get the bath ready. I'll start some tea for us.
Okay.
And he gets up and sets the kettle up on the stove.
She presses a warm kiss to your cheek and heads upstairs, and you can hear her puttering around the bathroom. And
Oh, she's about to die.
Don't say that.
let me just
Nancy gonna die today.
The news tomorrow morning is local woman dies mysteriously while drying bath. Everyone's like, Cornelius?
If only she painted it instead.
God.
I'm suspect, probably Babe Nelius.
Not Babe Neely's. Uh-oh, Beth has posted something.
It's the town. It's from what you can see out of one of your windows, Cornelius. It's a beautiful evening. You're getting the tea ready. The water's warm. Your life is good. It feels perfect. And you look down into your sink for a moment.
And Beth returns to her other computer to drop unseen horrors into our laps.
And you look up. You glance. And you see something shocking. Cornelius, there are 2 moons. Where there was just one moon, definitely just the one, like a second ago, there's 2. And it's not maybe perfect in this image, but the fun new moon is large, and it's red, and it's fucking huge. Phoebe, you got back to your hotel room safe and sound. No issues. No one bothered you. You're tired, full of ham and carrots and lasagna. But as you're getting up into your room, maybe you're on your phone, you start blowing up. Your phone is blowing up with notifications. Every site, every news source that you have linked to your phone is just going off with notifications. But before you really have a chance to dig into it, you look out the window as well, and you see the exact same thing. 2 huge moons in the sky.
She like counts them on her hand. She's like, "No, that's not correct. That's not." And she like makes a group chat and she's like, Oh, dang. Everybody look outside.
As you do that, Phoebe, as you're looking out the window and starting to text your friends and your family, you see something else. There's a streak across the sky. It's gold and it's white and it's hot and it is fast. And it's not a comet and it's not a shooting star. You see something streak through the sky and land further somewhere in town.
Is it Moon 2 or is it another celestial object?
It's something different, because Moon 2 is still there. Still red, still floating. And Anderson. We cut to you. You're home. You guys moved those boxes back to your apartment, from your apartment to your house. And you feel at peace. Your mind is peaceful, your heart is peaceful. Everything's perfect. Everything's quiet. You just put Boo to bed. Rose put Bee to bed. And you meet in the hallway and she gives you a kiss and she says, "It was nice. Thank you. Thank you."
No, thank you. This is... Oh, man. I sure am glad I am not about to look out the window and see something horrifying that is probably going to change the course of my fate for the foreseeable future. I'm glad that it's just you and me, and we're not in New Jersey, and Francois came by. It's just wonderful.
To some of those things, yeah. She gives you another kiss, and she goes, "I'm just gonna go say goodnight to Boo after you laid him down, but I'll meet you in the bedroom in a few."
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go give Bee a little kiss, and he scurries into Bee's bedroom.
You go into Bee's room, and as you glance out the window, you also see 2 fucking moons in the sky. But before you really have a chance to process that, your wife is screaming.
Anderson runs out and he says, I know. Was there like some sort of solar eclipse or something?
Where's Boo? Anderson, did you put him to bed or not? Where did he go?
Yeah, I just read 1 fish, 2 fish, fuck fish, blue fish.
He fucked right off because he's not in there. Boo! Boo! And she starts running. She's running all over the house, screaming for this kid.
Yeah, Anderson is running around too. He's like checking the basement, all like the weird little crawl spaces.
He's not there.
Can I roll spot hidden to find my son, please, Beth?
Yeah, sure. Roll spot hidden.
Beth, please don't take my son from me.
Hey, roll spot hidden for me.
Hang on, I gotta pull up his character sheet. Beth, please don't take my son from me.
Hey, roll spot hidden for me.
I'm rolling it. Oh! Wow, I sure am glad I switched dice. That's a hard success.
Oh, fantastic. With a hard success, as you're running and you're frantic, you glance outside again and you see him. You see Boo. He's standing in the middle of the street, holding your coat. And he's staring.
Staring where? Staring up, staring out?
Staring down the street.
I run outside and I say, Boo, I swear to God, don't put me in a heavy rain, okay? Don't put me in a heavy rain. Do not get hit by that car. Boo, get over here right now. We're not doing a heavy rain.
He turns to you and he goes, Dad? I'm sorry. I got scared. I saw, do you know why there's 2 moons, Dad?
Get the fuck off of the street. Sorry, Boo, please come back.
He takes a step towards you and then he glances back where he was looking and he goes, Dad, I saw...
We're not doing heavy rain.
Okay, sorry. He walks to the side of the grass and he's no longer in the middle of the street any longer. And he goes, okay, cool, I'm not in the street. Dad, I saw Aunt Addie walking down the street without, like, a jacket or shoes, so I grabbed your jacket, but she just said she was fine. And now she's gone. Is she okay, Dad?
Hang on. Do I have my phone on me?
You do.
Okay, I grab Boo by the hand.
Hey, Anderson, your phone is ringing.
Yeah, no, I pick it up.
It's Lily. Anderson, is Atticus with you by chance?
Yeah, no, she's wandering through like a fucking, I don't know, she's out here. Yeah, she's somewhere around here.
Oh God, okay, great, because we put the twins to bed, and I turned around to say goodnight, and she wasn't there anymore. She was in bed, because she's not supposed to be walking around after a C-section too much, and now she's not. She's walking around.
Yeah, somewhere. Boo just saw her. It must be the fucking full moon. I'm gonna find her. Don't worry. Just you can swing by the house. I'm sure we can make you a cup of tea or something. We'll get her back. Don't worry.
Okay. And she hangs up.
All right. I turn to Boo very quickly. I say, Boo, walk with me. We're gonna walk towards where you saw Aunt Addie. Okay?
He goes, oh, okay, and he walks with you down the street.
All right. Well, as he's doing it, I'm calling Rose.
Okay. Rose picks up and she goes, "Oh, Anderson, what the fuck? Did you find him? Did you find him?"
Yeah, I found him. He said he saw Atticus wandering around, and it sounds like he's telling the truth. I just got off the phone with Lily. We're just gonna go find her real quick and bring her back.
Okay, but if it's getting no, there's 2 moons. Put him back inside. Put him back inside. If you want to go run around after that, I don't care. Bring him back.
You're right. We can't do a heavy rain. I bring him back inside real quick, and then I start out back on the hunt.
He pointed you further down the street. Said she turned left on Mulberry.
Okay, so I think Anderson is gonna like break into a brisk jog, and he's gonna speed dial Phoebe and Cornelius, who are the only other 2 adventuring sorts that he feels comfortable telling this sort of thing to.
Phoebe like picks up immediately.
Hey,
what's up? You see the 2 moons?
Yeah, is this like? Did you know about this? I feel like we should have seen this on like social media or something.
I mean, this wasn't something that I like planned or anything. I didn't. This wasn't my people.
Oh, goddamn! You know, Cornelius probably doesn't even know how to connect to the voice chat right now. Listen, I'm over on Mulberry. I don't know if you remember where that is.
Mulberry. Yeah, I have a GPS. I could probably figure it out.
Yeah, listen, I don't think it's anything, but apparently Atticus was wandering around out here.
That's probably not safe.
No, I'm gonna go try and find her and bring her back in. Can you let Cornelius know? Maybe you guys can come meet me out here?
Yeah, I'll call him up real fast. We'll be there soon. We'll be there soon.
All right, Anderson hangs up.
The minute you... Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
While this is happening, Phoebe, if you want to connect with Cornelius, we can do that right after.
Yep.
Okay, so the minute you hang up the phone and your eyes swing around the street, at the end of the street, you do see a figure standing directly under a lamplight, looking around, kind of confused.
Wow, what do they look like?
From here, it looks like a woman in her pajamas with long hair, but it's really hard to see because it's a little dark out.
Okay, Hey! Hello? Atticus?
They don't answer.
All right, I start making my way towards them.
Okay. As you get closer, it is in fact Atticus. You do recognize your sister, and she is staring up at the moons in the sky.
Okay, so I'll approach. Do we want to get Cornelius on board?
Sure, Phoebe, you go ahead and call Cornelius.
Yeah, I call Cornelius.
Will, you're muted.
I can't hear you, Will.
I straight up don't know how that happened because I have not muted myself this entire session.
Oh no!
Cornelius
Anyway.
answers the phone and it's silence, and he's like, "Oh, dang, sorry."
He was in the
Cornelius
three-way.
picks up the phone and says, "Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my phone. I think I was in the call before, but so you guys couldn't hear me. Anyway, 2 moons?
Yeah, two moons. I counted them. There's 2.
Yeah,
That's not right, definitely. But also, did you hear about Atticus?
yeah. No, I heard that. I don't know what my phone was up to. Anyways, Mulberry, do you need a ride?
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna like swing by and pick you up, but like, if we both got transportation, we could just like meet there.
Yeah, fuck it.
Sickening. All right. I'll see you in like maybe some minutes, however many minutes.
15 minutes from where you are.
Alright, I mean, I'll probably be there before you, so see you when you get there.
And not if I drive faster.
I live 5 minutes
And she
away
hangs
from
up.
everyone else.
So Anderson approaches Atticus, kind of like also glancing up at the 2 moons, and he says, "So it's kind of Tatooine out, huh?"
She looks at you.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was 2 suns. right? Did Tatooine had the 2 suns, not the 2 moons.
Atticus looks at you. But there's something wrong.
He kind of like waves a hand in front of her face and says, hey, what are you doing out here? Come on, let's get you back inside.
Oh. Hello, Anderson Rivers.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
That's nice. I have to continue on if you don't mind. I'm in a bit of a hurry, sorry. Which way was the town by chance?
The town? He points. That do you need something? Do you need like meds? We can take you to BS.
Oh no, I'm all right. Thank you, Anderson Rivers. That's very kind of you, but I'm just out for a walk. So, if you don't mind, she makes a move to leave.
I kind of grab her by the arm, and non-verbally this time, I'll use Atticus and Anderson's psychic connection. I say, come on, girl, it's cold out here. Your wife's looking for you. Let's go back.
She stares at you blankly and says, oh, yes. Yes. No, thank you, Anderson Rivers, and tries to shake you off.
Do I need to make a contest? Can I keep holding her?
You can make a strength check to try and hold her that she will contest. Whoop. But I'm gonna... Oh, okay, well.
I got a hard success?
Yeah, Atticus fumbled.
Oh, great.
So,
as her arm off.
She tries to pull away from you, and you try to hold firm. She actually slips and falls onto the ground a little bit.
Oh my god. Sorry, I was gonna say I bend down and pick her up.
You pick her up, and she dusts herself off, and says, "Thank you. I will be on my way, please."
Atticus, come on. I know things have been really hard recently, but I'm tired. I know you're tired. Let's get you back home, okay? Please don't post some more cosmic horror for me to look at, Atticus.
Atticus says, "Hold on a moment, please."
Stand by, please.
Atticus stares at you with a glazed over look and says, please wait.
System processing.
Atticus looks at you in the eye. And her eyes, which, I don't know if you happen to notice them, were blue and are not supposed to be. Or maybe you just noticed it. Her eyes are blue. And not just like a weird regular blue. It's like a deep, unfathomable blue that is spreading beyond just her pupils. And she looks at you go ahead.
I look at her and I say, are we doing a Game of Thrones? Is this...
Anderson Rivers, please unhand me.
No, Atticus, it's so fucking late. Let's get you back into bed, get this costume off you. Really cool contacts. Where did you get them?
This is unfortunate. I was trying very hard to not have to explain this to you, seeing as I believe we are what is it? Twin brother? Yes, twin brother to this person. I'm borrowing Atticus, just for a little bit. My name is Sammy. So if you don't mind, the sooner you let me go, Anderson Rivers, the sooner I can give her back. So if you don't mind, I will be on my way. Please.
Anderson takes all of this in, and as he does, his expression kind of darkens. He looks shaken, but more than that, he looks very frustrated. And he says, "You're not fucking with me, are you?"
No. My business shan't take...
No. Listen here, fucking... I don't know what the fuck you are. I am going to make this perfectly clear. You have fucked with the wrong family tonight, okay? You picked probably the worst fucking person to do this to. We have an entire town. We have an entire world here. So wherever the fuck you're from, if it's not from this planet, I just don't give a fuck. Pick someone else and leave us alone.
She smiles. Says, I can't. There is no one else. Atticus Rivers is the only vessel that would suit my needs for a very fun and specific set of reasons that not even you, Anderson, meet. Not Cornelius Miller, not Phoenix Ballow. Not anyone in this town.
I wouldn't want you to take over them either, to be perfectly clear. Okay, all right, listen.
There's only 3 people that would have suit my needs. There's only 3 people in this world that are fate-touched, Anderson Rivers.
Who are the other 2?
Cornelius Miller and Phoenix Ballow.
God. What's your name again?
My name is Sammy.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to remember that. That's fine. You are not from here?
No.
Okay, cool. And your plan right now is to walk into town.
Oh, I don't think I'm going to walk. But...
Yeah, okay. Well, how about this, right? Because, again, can't stress this enough. You're fucking with the wrong family. And, unfortunately, you know, not really just going to be able to let you walk out. However, I think we can come to an equitable arrangement.
Oh, I would love to hear what your terms are, Anderson Rivers.
Okay, so let me guess. You're old, right?
Sure, you could. In your terms, yes, you could say that.
Yeah, like unfathomably ancient.
One of the older ones, yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I fucking bet. So, surely, you have a little bit of time leeway here, right? Like, time to you is basically nothing. 5 minutes is like literally not even a millisecond, you know?
No. There is no time.
I know. I don't care. Okay? Cool. Glad we got that one out of the way. Now, I hope you can understand, and you're not going to be offended when I say that I can't just let you walk off in my twin sister's body. It's a whole family thing. And I know, we probably don't have a lot of, I don't understand family. Okay, I don't need you to. I just need you to listen to me and to understand that that is the case. Is that understandable?
And what are you going to do? You going to hurt me?
No.
You going to...
Fucking... Can you just... Please. Let us take you to wherever you need to go.
I need to be here.
Right here.
Yes.
Right here at this spot.
I need to go where you cannot take me, Anderson Rivers.
And how is Atticus Rivers going to get there?
Like this. And she opens her arms out, and as she does, wings, or feathers, huge, giant feathers, start, like, growing off her arms as they spread into these large wings with black tips curling off the edge and these weird talon-like fingers at the very tip. She says, I would love to help you and your family. I would love to not have to do this. We swore we'd never do this. But we aren't given much of a choice. After everything they've done, after all the humans they've killed, this is as much for you as it is for us. I won't say this again. Good night. And she turns, and as much as you've probably kept a grip on her arm, or any other part of her, it slips. It slips through your hands. And you watch as Atticus turns and walks away into that good night. And I have one last image for you as she passes.
As she passes.
As she passes away, because she did. No, it's okay. She's fine.
Not Dedicus Part 2.
Dedicus Part 7 at this point. Here we go.
Will, can you slap another +1 for me?
Wings spread out. Atticus quite literally disappears into that good night. And that's where we're going to end things.
Phoebe and Cornelius were too slow. I was gonna have these
Caught for a whole week.
I was gonna have us all gang up on her when you guys got here. I was gonna be like, let us chauffeur you around. Let's take care of this together. And then like Phoebe and Cornelius was gonna show up. He's gonna be like, Barf!
Hey, you guys need a ride?
No, I knew for a fact that you guys were like immediate restraint, and I was like, how can I fight that 100%? Because I just really need her to get away right now, specifically. And it was to turn into dust.
Not dust bird.
Dust Birdicus flies away.
Thanks for listening to This Isn't Normal, and special thanks to our $10 and up patrons Mango, Amanda Krondar, Morgan Woolbrandt, Emilyn Laderna, and Smarties for their continued support, as well as newcomer $5 patron Maple. Thank you, Maple. To get thanked every week, go to patreon.com/Dincast. Hit us up. Remember to leave us a rating, review, smash the like button, hit subscribe, and be sure to tune in next Monday on YouTube or wherever podcasts are podcasting. But bye-bye.